power dynamics within the Marvel Cinematic Universe often showcase an escalation of strength for villains, making it increasingly challenging for heroes to overcome them. Recently, two formidable adversaries have been introduced: the goddess of death Hela and the Category 1 life ender Thanos. In this analysis, we will delve into their backgrounds in both the MCU and Marvel Comics, as well as examine their weapons, abilities, and powers in an attempt to determine who would emerge victorious in a hypothetical battle between them. When pitting Hela against Thanos, it is crucial to consider whether Thanos possesses the Infinity Gauntlet. If he wields the gauntlet, there is no doubt that he would triumph over Hela. The stones contained within the gauntlet grant him control over the entire universe, a power that Hela would be unable to withstand. However, if Thanos does not have access to the gauntlet, the outcome becomes more uncertain. Hela possesses significant power and could potentially defeat Thanos, although victory is not guaranteed in every scenario. Now, let's examine the weapons, abilities, and powers of each character to better understand their potential to win or lose in a confrontation. Hela. In the comic books, Hela, also known as the Asgardian goddess of death, is depicted as the offspring of one of Loki's incarnations. What's intriguing is that she was actually born in Jotunheim, the realm of giants. Once she reached a certain age, Odin appointed her as the goddess of the dead, granting her dominion over the realms known as Hel and Niflheim within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hela makes her debut in the film Thor Ragnarok, where she is portrayed as Odin's firstborn. In this portrayal, Hela served as Asgard's executioner and commanded the Jernjar, the Asgardian army, long before the arrival of Thor and Loki. Together with Odin, she conquered all 9 realms. During their conquest, Hela rode a colossal wolf named Fenris, and even proved herself worthy of wielding Mjolnir, Thor's iconic hammer, which she wielded alongside her necrosword. However, Odin eventually grew weary of waging wars, a sentiment not shared by Hela. To restrain her, he subdued and banished her to Hell, where she was to remain for eternity. In order to ensure her imprisonment and safeguard Asgard, Odin linked his life force to Hela's, ensuring she could not escape as long as he lived. Furthermore, he erased all records and memories of her from Asgardian history, effectively eradicating her existence from collective memory. Similar to her brothers portrayed in the film, Hela possesses superhuman attributes such as strength, speed, stamina, and durability. She is a highly skilled combatant and possesses formidable psychic and mental abilities, including astral projection, levitation, and the ability to create illusions. Additionally, Hela possesses mastery over dark magic, further augmenting her already impressive array of powers. Altogether, she is endowed with numerous abilities and powers that make her an individual one would not want to encounter. Thus, Hela's origin and powers are established both in the comics and the MCU, solidifying her status as the Asgardian goddess of death and emphasizing her immense capabilities as a formidable and dangerous force. Thanos. In both the comics and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it is established that Thanos is a warlord hailing from Titan. He possesses a unique lineage, being half eternal and half deviant. The Deviants are a cousin race to the Eternals, and this unique heritage sets him apart from others throughout his life. In the comic book storyline, Thanos' own mother had a premonition about him bringing about the annihilation of all life in the universe. Fearing this outcome, she attempted to end his life, but his father intervened and prevented her from doing this. What is intriguing about Thanos is that in his youth, he was a pacifist. However, as he transitioned into adolescence, he became captivated by nihilism and entropy, which eventually led him to develop an infatuation with the embodiment of death itself, known as Mistress Death in the comics. Given his half-eternal heritage, Thanos possesses incredible strength, solidifying his status as one of the most powerful beings in both the comics and the MCU. His powers are further enhanced by the fusion of his eternal and deviant bloodline, as well as his mastery over mysticism and abilities bestowed upon him by death. In both the comics and the MCU, Thanos acquires the Infinity Stones and the Infinity Gauntlet, which renders him virtually indestructible. Similar to Hela, Thanos is also gifted with superhuman strength, stamina, and abilities such as telepathy and telekinesis. What sets him apart is his exceptional resistance to both psychic and physical attacks. His repertoire of abilities is so vast that it becomes nearly incomprehensible, instilling a sense of fear that surpasses even that of the goddess of death. In summary, the comics and the MCU depict Thanos as a warlord with a unique lineage, possessing extraordinary strength, and formidable array of abilities. His mixed heritage, coupled with the power of the Infinity Stone, make him an immensely powerful and intimidating figure within the Marvel Universe. Hela vs. Thanos, strength and speed. Both Hela and Thanos possess superhuman attributes including speed, strength, and stamina. Thanos in particular demonstrates remarkable endurance and the ability to withstand and inflict pain over extended periods. Physically, he ranks among the strongest, most resilient, and toughest beings in the entire MCU. His innate capabilities enable him to engage in prolonged battles far longer than most, fueled by his ability to utilize cosmic energy to sustain his metabolism. Consequently, Thanos holds a clear advantage over Hela in terms of sheer physical superiority. However, despite his physical prowess, if Thanos fails to match Hela's agility and quick movements, he could easily find himself overwhelmed. Hela possesses a cunning nature, likely inherited from her father, Loki, in the comics. When combined with her speed and durability, she becomes a formidable adversary for Thanos. In this regard, the argument tips in favor of Hela, as her ability to exploit her opponent's vulnerabilities through her sneaky tactics, coupled with her agility and resilience, could potentially overpower Thanos. To summarize, while Thanos possesses superior physical strength and endurance, Hela's quick and elusive maneuvers, combined with her deceptive nature, grant her an advantage in a battle against him. The outcome would hinge on Thanos' ability to keep pace with Hela's rapid movements, and should he falter, Hela's speed, durability, and strategic approach would likely give her the upper hand. Hela vs. Thanos, magic and science. Hela, being a goddess, possesses access to a wide array of magical abilities. It is crucial to highlight that, as depicted in both the comics and the MCU, her powers are derived from her connection to Asgard. She exhibits the capacity to traverse space and time, utilizing her magic and speed to teleport effortlessly. Levitation, illusion, creation, and limitless astral projection are among her formidable magical skills. Additionally, she can unleash lethal bolts of energy from her hands. Hela also possesses limited telepathic communication abilities, predominantly reserved for her warriors. In the comic, Hela's most iconic technique is the Hand of Glory, wherein she employs mystical energy to augment the strength of her punches, rendering them fatal even to divine and immortal beings. Furthermore, her touch can prove deadly to certain individuals, particularly mortal beings from Earth, which is noteworthy. On the other hand, Thanos is renowned for his scientific acumen and his ability to keep pace with the latest advancements. In the comics, Thanos is a genius across various fields of advanced science, employing his intellect to create technology, weapons, and transportation that surpass anything currently available on modern-day Earth. While Thanos also possesses teleportation abilities, his power is linked to a specialized chair. This chair harnesses techno-mystical energies, enabling him to establish a telepathic connection and traverse time, space, and even alternate universes. Determining a clear winner in this aspect is more challenging. However, the advantage leans towards Thanos, although magic can be boundless and wielded as a fearsome weapon, as demonstrated by numerous heroes and villains. Hela's reliance on Asgard for her magical abilities potentially limits her if Asgard were to be destroyed, as depicted in Thor Ragnarok. On the other hand, given the perpetual progress of scientific discoveries in the world or universe, Thanos, with his genius intellect, possesses an enduring advantage in this realm. In conclusion, while both Hela and Thanos possesses unique powers, Thanos' scientific aptitude and potential for continued technological advancement provide him with an edge that cannot easily be outweighed by Hela's magical ability. Hela vs. Thanos, army and equipment. Let's begin with Thanos, as it is a rather evident point. As depicted in both Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, it is apparent that a vast number of sinister beings eagerly serve him. He rarely engages in battle without his extensive army, which comprises both infantry and air force. The members of the Black Order form his army, making them exceptionally fierce, highly skilled, and well-equipped. The evidence supporting this can easily be observed on the big screen in both movies. Furthermore, throughout the comic, Thanos is renowned for his pursuit of all the Infinity Stones and his possession of the Infinity Gauntlet. While the movies showcase him collecting the stones once and using them before his demise, the comics frequently place them within his reach, rendering him virtually unstoppable. The fact remains that control over all 6 stones equates to dominance over the entire universe, leaving no one with a chance against him. However, Hela should not be underestimated either. Her army consists of the reanimated dead from Hell, serving under her command. This formidable force, as one can logically assume, is limitless in the sense that there are countless deceased souls in Hell and Niflheim ready to be summoned at her will. Thus she can conjure a significant number of soldiers whenever she deems necessary. Additionally, Hela is accompanied by her loyalist guardian wolf, Fenris, who proves to be an invaluable asset in battle. In Thor Ragnarok, we witness Hela's ability to create weapons out of thin air. Her speed and capability to conjure numerous blades at will provide her with a significant advantage in combat. In the movies, she wields her necrosword, slashing through the entire iron jar. In the comics, her iconic weapon, the Hand of Glory, is infamous for being virtually inescapable by immortals. When considering the combination of both armies on the battlefield, there is no doubt that it would result in an intense, grueling fight, ultimately boiling down to who possesses more power. On one hand, Thanos' better equipped army could potentially overpower a significant portion of Hela's forces with their advanced weaponry. On the other hand, if Hela can replenish her army more swiftly than Thanos, it grants her forces greater resilience. However, Thanos becomes unbeatable when equipped with the Infinity Gauntlet. This weapon can reduce both Hela's army and her blades to dust within seconds. If Thanos were without the gauntlet, Hela would stand a chance, but defeating him would be undoubtedly be an arduous and protracted battle, considering his immense durability. Consequently, we award the advantage to Thanos, as the likelihood of his defeat remains significantly low, regardless of the scenario. Hela vs. Thanos, vulnerability and death. Hela, being the Norse goddess of death, possesses immortality. Her powers are directly connected to Asgard, and if Asgard were to be destroyed as seen in Thor Ragnarok, she would perish as well. She has a pact with death that grants her the ability to claim souls for Hell or Niflheim. Her touch is fatal to mortals, and her powers of death seem to be exclusive to immortal beings. Overall, she proves to be exceptionally difficult to kill. One fascinating aspect of Hela is her cloak, which bestows upon her strength, beauty, and eternal youth. It serves as her safeguard against the Infinity Gauntlet, although just barely. However, there is a drawback. Should she lose her cloak, we would witness two contrasting sides of Hela, one that remains beautiful, strong and healthy, while the other deteriorates. In the comics, Thanos can endure indefinitely without food, water, or air. He is immune to terrestrial diseases and virtually indestructible, thanks to the blessing he received from Lady Death after she resurrected him. In the movies, Thanos was killed twice, firstly when Thor decapitated him, and later when Tony Stark vanquished him using his own weapon, the Gauntlet. In this regard, we award points to Hela's immortality. While Thanos is undeniably durable and wields the Gauntlet, even with its power, there remains a significant possibility that he would be unable to kill Hela due to her cloak. As long as Asgard and her cloak remain intact, he can attempt relentlessly, but she will endure. The movies and comics portray Thanos as exceedingly challenging to kill, but it is still within the realm of possibility. Hela vs. Thanos, conquests and strategy. We won't delve into the extensive list of conquests for these two villains as they are numerous. The key point to highlight is that Hela primarily focused on Asgard and its 9 realms in the comics, while Thanos harbored a grand desire to eradicate a significant portion of the universe, succeeding in doing so on multiple occasions. Asgard stands as one of the most powerful civilizations in the universe, and if Hela can bring it to its knees, her power is undeniable. She exhibits intelligence and strategic prowess, triumphing over Asgard on numerous occasions. Notably, she clashed against Loki and Thor, emerging victorious multiple times, which is undeniably impressive. Furthermore, her ability to engage Thor in hand-to-hand combat and emerge as the victor is a testament to her durability, a feat that eluded many others. Unfortunately, she has also experienced defeat, most recently being unable to fend off Surtur in Thor Ragnarok, resulting in her demise. Thanos, on the other hand, is a formidable strategist and has achieved resounding success in most of his conquests. He doesn't rely solely on his durability, strength, or power like many other villains. He approaches situations with careful planning, always a few steps ahead of his adversaries. Thanos boasts numerous accomplishments, including defeating the Avengers. He managed to overcome Thor, although the persistent Thor eventually succeeded in killing him in at least one timeline. Let's consider another mighty Avenger, Hulk. Hulk, widely regarded as one of the most powerful beings in the MCU and comics, was easily bested by Thanos. Hulk's primary limit and greatest strength lie in his boundless rage. Thanos effortlessly triumphing over Hulk shattered the notion of Hulk's invincibility, leaving a profound impact during Avengers Infinity War. If Thanos can effortlessly face Hulk's unbridled fury, he can confront any challenge. challenge. This comparison might appear evenly matched if not for the fact that Thanos has proven his dominance over various races, universes, and timelines. Hela has never been driven to bring about the end of an entire universe, as she perceives no purpose in doing so. If she desires someone's demise or an increase in souls in Hell and Niflheim, she could effortlessly claim their souls or utilize her powers of death on them. Hela's persistent fixation on Asgard and its 9 realms, while she did embark on adventures on Earth and other planets in the comic, sets a limitation on her ambition. Thanos, however, is only limited by his vision of either ending or rebirthing the universe. He has vanquished numerous powerful heroes and even more formidable villains. If, for instance, Thanos were to target Asgard to defeat Hela, the discussion would revolve around who, between the two, would be swifter and more tactically adept in preserving or destroying it. The bottom line, Hela undoubtedly poses a formidable challenge to Thanos until the very end. The competition between these two villains remains evenly matched, as their immense power renders them nearly indestructible compared to most beings in the universe. While Hela does possess certain weaknesses in the comics, such as her dependence on Asgard and the vulnerability of her cloak, she is certainly capable of putting up a strong fight. However, only a select of few have the potential to defeat Thanos. Hela stands a greater chance when facing him without the gauntlet, but in possession of the Infinity Stone, he becomes unbeatable. Thus, we have examined this grand spectacle piece by piece to determine who would emerge victorious and why in such a spectacular clash.